Good morning, students, and happy snow day. I wanted to just make a short video for you because I want to talk about note cards a little bit since you'll be making 40 of them this week, or 30 if you've already gotten 10 done. First, it's so important that you send me your outline because what I'll do today is as I receive your outlines, I will email you right back and let you know if it looks good, if you're ready to go with your note cards. A lot of times people will spend too much time in their outline on the person's, childhood history or something like that. So I just want to make sure that those are good to go. So be sure to email those to me today before 5 o'clock and I'll get it back to you. You're also going to continue with your grammar work pages. Snow day, woo! I live with 10 roommates, what can I do? Thank you, Becca. That's one of your teachers. She's playing today. She's not working. Okay, so yeah, we're also doing our Becca work pages, and you're just going on with more stuff about adverbs, more stuff about clauses and phrases. I'll probably give you a quiz on adverbs next week, so be sure you understand those. Keep studying your spelling words. You're doing J, K, and L this week. I'm also going to give you a little mini quiz after this video on your spelling words. So if you need to pause this and then restart it so you can take that well and study a little bit, that's fine. But let's talk about note cards here for a second. The pages that talk about your note cards in your book are 142 through 143. And I've talked already, but there's a good way to do note cards and there's a bad way to do note cards. That information that you can get anywhere, like the date that your character was born, just go ahead and start typing on your computer. All of those just pure facts that everybody knows that you don't need to cite, go ahead and put in there. So I've made an example of the wrong way to do it, and I know this is kind of confusing because it's backwards, but hopefully it makes a little bit of sense. Right here on the left-hand corner, you're going to put where you got it. I got this from Wikipedia. You're going to put where it falls on your outline. Here I've put presidential aspirations because we're talking about Henry Clay. And the facts that I put here are he lost his campaigns for president in 1824, 1832, and 1844. You don't really need a note card for that because that's not something you're going to have to build a paragraph on or quote or cite. So just go ahead and start typing that stuff on your computer. You don't really need that. One that you will need and one that is a useful note card is something like this. It's from Wikipedia, left-hand corner. It's under political aspirations as well. And what I've done is I've summarized something that I've read in Wikipedia. And it's nice to put this little note down here. I've written summary. It's nice to put this little note letting you know exactly what it is. Because now, since I've summarized it, I can just put this sentence as is in my paper. Because I know I'm not plagiarizing. I still have to cite it. I'll still have to put a footnote in and say, I got this from Wikipedia, but I don't have to put it in quotes or anything like that. So this one says, Clay changed the position of Speaker of the House into the second most powerful office in the U.S. And this gets to what I really want you to do in your articles, which is, or in your papers, which is instead of merely giving me a whole bunch of facts, I want to see that you really understand this character. You've studied about him, you've read about him, and you're giving me a different perspective than maybe I could get even if I went on Wikipedia, which often just lists, fact after fact after fact after fact. But as you're reading your works this week, as you're getting it all in you, try to give me more than I would find, if I read a biography on him, but just a really robust knowledge of who your character is. If you have any questions about how to do that, or any questions about your note cards or your outline or what to focus on, I've had several students do several of these characters before, so I'm very familiar with them. Just go ahead and give me a call or email me or text me, whatever is good. I think we're ready to go ahead and take our quiz. So get that paper out, get that pencil ready to go. Okay, your first word is generous. It's very good to be generous. Grammar. I hope you get this right. It's on the front of all your books, and I'll give you a hint. There's no E in grammar. Hazardous. Because the roads are hazardous, we are not having Mars Hill. And I'm making another silly video. Humorous. We all find Nathaniel very humorous. Illustrate. Imitation. Innocence. And finally, island. I wish we were all on a tropical island for Mars Hill today. Okay, put your pen down. Actually, no, 2 more things I want you to do. After you've written down your spelling words, those 8 spelling words, I want you to go ahead and do 2 things. Define what an adjective is and define what an adverb is, and give me an example of each one in a sentence. So tell me what an adjective it does, and then put it in a sentence. And then tell me what an adverb does, and use one in a sentence. And now you can put your pen down. Go ahead, when you're done with that quiz, hand it to your mom. She will mail it to me tomorrow. So if you need to take this quiz Tuesday morning, that's fine. Or preferably you could take it at the time we usually have English today, which would be 1:30 or 2:30. And get that in the mail to me, and I'll grade those and get those back to you. I'm really excited to get started on our papers. Again, they're 4 to 5 pages. And then we'll get started on our monologues. Those are a lot of fun, and you really there need to know who your character is and what makes them stand out and what makes them important to Kentucky. Feel free to contact me if anything in this video or in the previous email doesn't make sense. I'm happy to answer any questions. Thanks.